Greetings everyone, welcome to Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works. This is Aisha, your Tuesday vlogger, and we have a multi-layer question all about grocery stuff. And I think I have to, full disclosure, before I even get started, I am by far the poster child on grocery shopping, making menus for the week, planning meals, packaging, meals for the week. I've talked about some of this in other vlogs. So bear with me as we go through this week's question. Interesting. When I got the question, I was like, oh man. But here we go. Grocery store shopping. Do you have a menu library that you use to make weekly meal plans? Do you make a shopping list? What staples do you purchase regularly at the store? That I can I can talk about. Do you read nutritional labels when you shop? And did it take you a long time to relearn how to shop for the right foods post weight loss surgery? So, I'll preface my answers this week with this history of my life. I grew up with a mother who ate by taste. So whatever she had a taste for is sort of how we ate. And, cut to all these years later, it's Mother's Day, it's her birthday, and they fall right in line with each other in May. And it isn't a question of, oh, let's go try a new fabulous restaurant. It's, Mother, what do you have a taste for? So my whole thought process coming into the weight loss surgery journey was, I want to make this fun for me as I transition out of how I used to eat as a pre-op person into post-op life. My dietary guidelines, if you will, started with a PDF, a file, a handout from my surgeon's office who said, eat these kinds of things during, 12 weeks, 6 weeks, 6 months post-op and things of that nature. So that was my guide in those early days. And I ate even then, based on what I had a taste for within those guidelines. So, cut to my lifestyle, I still eat according to what I have a taste for. So for the first question, do you have a menu library that you use to make weekly meal plans? I do not. It's very difficult for me to make a pot of something because after a couple days I don't typically want any more because I don't have a taste for it anymore. And I've tried freezing things, but then I end up wasting. So it just sort of works with my lifestyle the way it is, that I still eat by taste. I think it has kept my journey interesting. And so that's the answer for that one. Do you make a shopping list? I don't make a shopping list, but I do keep a little pad on the refrigerator, so a little magnet on the back. Those are cable channels up there, but I do keep this little pad, and when I run out of one of my staples, I put it as a reminder to buy it. I found myself, sort of perusing through Trader Joe's and just sort of thinking, what's speaking to me? Some of the things that I like from Trader Joe's, like their lamb out of the refrigerator. They have some ready-made chicken that I like. So if I'm in Trader Joe's, I'm just cruising through there. I'm just sort of feeling, what would I possibly have a taste for this week? And so me having staples around me, and I brought along a few, just sort of a hodgepodge, and I'll try to show those as quickly as possible. That's sort of where I build from during the week. And there's things that I just always keep in the cupboard and that sort of thing. So that next question is, what staples do you purchase regularly at the store? So as quickly as I can, I'll show you guys some of my staples that I just always have. So frozen strawberries from Trader Joe. You know, the only place I buy the frozen strawberries is at Trader Joe. I just happen to love these. I'm a believer in low glycemic fruit, and so strawberries work for me. Something that I keep on hand as a staple. So literally these things that I'm getting ready to show, you could walk in my house anytime and these things are here. So no sugar added mandarin oranges. Many days during the week will have one of these before I go to the gym. They have the least amount of sugar, and they just they work for me as a bypass person. Another thing from the refrigerator that you typically find here is 0% Faye. Just one of those things that if it's in my house, I just feel safe. Like I know that I can grab a yogurt, I could put some strawberries in it and some Splenda, and it works for me. This Greek 100 calorie is something that I've fallen in love with as well. Lime has the least amount of sugar in this brand, and it is excellent. I find myself sometimes putting cottage cheese in these, as well as fire sometimes if I want to up the protein count. Something else in the refrigerator that you'll always find, the light Baby Bell cheese. I'll often have one of these and a mandarin orange before I go to the gym, and it just works for me. Baby Bells I've grabbed on the way out of the house. I'm working on not relying on like a protein bar so much to hold me over anymore. So the Baby Bells work. I'll grab one and throw it in my purse, or grab two and throw it in my purse, and be on my way with it. So love a Baby Bell, always around. Something else from the refrigerator, the strawberry and cream Laughing Cow. Now, this is fun because sometimes I'll reach in the refrigerator and one of those, I just want something, and I can literally just peel the little thing back and eat it. So it gives me a little sweet, a little creamy, and it's only 45 calories if you care what the calorie is. It's only 2 protein, which, okay, I'm okay with that for the sake of the joy in this. Strawberries and cream, this is always fun. Something else from the refrigerator that you always find is a staple in my world, and when I have these things around me, I just feel like I'm in good shape, you know, and so they're always around. Pepper Jack. I happen to love Stater Brothers Market brand of Pepper Jack better than any other Pepper Jack string cheese, but love Pepper Jack, but I love stuff that's hot. Something else from the refrigerator, cucumber, always. Cucumbers become my version of lettuce or romaine. I have totally stopped buying romaine or any kind of lettuce really, because it just too much chewing, it just takes up too much space, I don't know, whatever, but cucumber. And so I build a salad with the cucumber as the lettuce, and I put garbanzo beans in it when I want. I'll cut up pepper jack and put it with the cucumber and put ranch on it, and just everything is cucumber. You know, it's just, it works, it smells so good, and I cut it up and keep it in one of those containers that keeps produce for longer than normal, and it's just ready at my fingertips. Love, love, love cucumber. From the freezer, spicy black bean burgers. Love these. So I'll take these as a staple and keep it all the time. I'll put a pepper jack on top of this, some sour cream and some sriracha or sriracha sauce, and have myself a good time. And it's filling, and it's fun, and it gives me spice, and I keep these around all the time. French fry onions, the French fry onions, always in this house, because they go perfectly with my cucumbers and garbanzo beans and pepper jack cheese and any other little salad that I want to make. I'm always throwing these on top. If I cook a turkey burger, and I'll put barbecue sauce on it, and I'll put some cheese on it, and I'll sprinkle these on top of it. So it gives me the illusion of some crunch, and it just makes everything fun. So from the refrigerator also, olives. always a staple. I will never stop selling olives. Olives are like grab and go. It knocks sometimes if you have a sweet thing and you don't want to deal with the sweet thing, throw some olives in your palate and it just gives you a little break, you know. And then I am totally strung out on anything spicy. So these go with the cucumbers and the onion strings and olives, always with these hot pepper rings in my house. From the countertop, PB2. Now, you've heard me talk about me and peanut butter. I'm not quite responsible yet to have actual peanut butter in my environment. So PB2, the chocolate version, works for me. And I will put this in protein shakes. I also put it in just like a little bowl, and I'll mix it with water because then it'll turn into like a creaminess. And I've dipped banana in it. I've dipped strawberries in it. And it works perfectly to give me that little peanut butter feel without all the calories and fat. And I get my PB2 at my local farmer's market. You can order this online. I first learned of this or tasted it from the Mother of All Meet and Greets in Vegas in 2012. And then because I have to have staples around me that I can just grab because I'm not a planner, these are a couple canned goods that'll always be around my world. This salmon, I literally can take the top off of this and eat out of this with a fork. It's just the best flavor to me from the grocery store. This Deming's red sockeye, it's just so good. I've talked about this over the course of time in other videos. I don't know how else to explain it, but it's just good, and it's good to have as a staple. So I'll make salmon salad out of it. And I can put it in my cucumber salad. I can eat it just off the plate, put cheese with it, all kinds of things. Cuban style black beans from Trader Joe, always in my cupboard because again, I'm not a planner, so if I have a taste for something, I like to know certain things are just near me. And then as well as regular black beans, always can just throw some cheese in this, some sour cream, and some sriracha on it. I could throw some chicken in it. I wish I was a cooker. I wish that I enjoyed the whole art of cooking and things of that nature, but just has never been one of my skill sets. So I like things quick, easy, ready to go. I don't want another layer of stress on me. It's already enough to have to, you know, sort of live out this lifestyle, and so I like to have things that make sense for what I like, and you know, again, I'm living by what I have a taste for. So those are some staples. I recently put a picture on Facebook. Some of these things appeared and some of them didn't, but that is a few of those things that have to always be near me. And then, do you read nutritional labels when you shop? I have been a nutritional label reader even back to obesity days because I have a mother who was always a dieter, so that whole, you know, looking at labels, looking at calories, looking at what's in things, just, you know, part of my life. And I, you know, got into the weight loss surgery journey, so everything was about how much protein is in something. And then former diabetic, I cared how much sugar and carbs. Former person with high blood pressure diagnosis, I cared about how much salt. So have to read nutritional labels, and to this day I don't pick up anything in a store without looking at what nutrition is on the back of it. And then did it take you a long time to relearn how to shop for the right foods post weight loss surgery? It didn't. I have a best friend, Tamika Numi 1109, who really knows how to work that protein lifestyle, and so I had the great fortune to be, you know, in her world as she was freshly lap band and getting all of those new skill sets. And so I just watched and I learned and I listened, and I took what I learned, and so my head was protein first, protein first. And in my first year of my losing phase, lost 181 pounds in 12 months because I drove protein first. It was all I understood we were supposed to do. So those are the answers to the questions that I have. My heart and much respect goes out to those people who have the love of the kitchen and plan and make, you know, great meals and pack them and store them and live their life in that way. I think we all have to find what works for us and what makes sense for us, and keep staples around us that are protein friendly and that are fun, you know. So anyway, that's it for this Tuesday. This is Aisha with Proof Weight Loss Surgery Works. And if you're unfamiliar with my story, you can check me out at Grell and Be Gone here on YouTube, or Aisha Grell and Be Gone YTube on Facebook. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.